Hello, welcome to a new video of a cassette deck review, or just we'll take a look at the inside. This is a Tandberg TCD310. The cover has been partially disassembled to make it easy for me to remove it and show the internals. It's very easy to remove. You have to unscrew 3 screws in the back and 3 in the front, in the top cover, right? So we pull gently this way and we remove up, taking it upward. So here we see the internals. The first thing to note is that the buttons, which are metallic, are mounted and they move. There is a spring inside here that moves these buttons. When the cover is not, they can move a bit, and that's very uncomfortable. That's very problematic, because you have to, if you want to repair it and to try the buttons, they will be displaced from their position and you have to take care of them. Okay, so once that's said, this is the eject button, and here we can see the mechanism, maybe not very complete because the cassette cover is hiding something. You can see the motor. I will start it. The belt has just been moved. It's very loose, the belt, but you can see the motor. I'm switching it off and on, so you can see. We'll see the motor right after we finish this side, and you will see it from the bottom. So this is the mechanism. This is the head block, dual capstan. This is a circuit that probably generates the bias signal and mixes it with the music signal and sends it to the record head. Well, it's a playback record head, but when the bias is activated, it's when it's recording. So this head records and receives the signal from that small board, and the erase head is also driven with this board. You can see it's an old design. It's an unusual design. I don't think Tandberg did a lot of models with this layout and these components, and it's very unusual. You may be hearing the belt. It's moved. I will put it afterwards. So the mechanism, the buttons, you press here the buttons. This lever or this metallic piece is responsible for the engage and disengage of some functions. This is the play function, and the play function is quite noisy. Well, it's not that noisy. You hear the solenoid, and that there's no spin. There's no spin because the belt just came loose. So you can't fast forward and rewind. This deck is very strong. We'll see why later. That's rewind. That's fast forward. Okay. And this is the pause button, very unusual. You can see the pause button moves this piece, and this is the eject button. Okay, so we're going to have a look from the back side. It's very difficult to press the buttons because they've moved, as I said. Now I don't want to hurt. Let me just take this way. You heard the buttons moving, very uncomfortable. So here we have the bottom view of the mechanism, and everything here is very interesting. This motor might be a 220 volts motor. I don't really know. I could measure it. I don't really know. And it's a very big motor, and this is the capstan motor. And here's the most interesting part for me. It has one motor per spindle, so to fast forward, I think that this one is used, and for the rewind function, this one is used. And this is a solenoid, quite big solenoid, to move the head block up and down. So even though the cover says it's 3 motors, dual capstan of course, yeah, you can see the capstans right there. So this is, I'd say that something more than 3 motors. There are 2 motors, one for each direction, one just for the capstan, and for the head block movement there's one solenoid. In most modern 3 motors deck, one deck is responsible for both fast forward and rewind, and the other one is responsible for the movement of the head block. So this has 4 elements to move things around, like in some Reeboxes. Well, even Reeboxes might have one more because they might have 2 motors per, 1 motor per capstan. I won't show you the electronics because I should disassemble this part, and here we have the transformer. I should disassemble this part. It's not comfortable for me to do it right now. So here is the deck. It's in quite good shape. I'm selling it, and I hope that the new owner will enjoy and will make good use of it. Here you can see nasty button feature that you have to move, and now it's a bit of a nightmare to insert again the top cover. You have to move the buttons, and while holding the buttons you have to move this in. You can see that there's a bit of marks in this button and also in this one, because the previous owner and me myself have tried to put this cover, and we didn't know at first how to put it. So that's it. Thanks for watching.